Day 24, our final day on the Great Western Trail. We are now 2,837 miles into our off-road adventure from Mexico to Canada. Yesterday, Ted broke his tie rod, but this morning they made quick work of it. Jeff gave Ted a ride down to the local auto parts store where they were able to secure a new tie rod, brought it back, installed it, aligned it, and we were back on the trail by 10:30 a.m. Because of the swampy, impassable mess that we ran into yesterday, we had to cut a large portion of the dirt trek off for today. That meant there was going to be some highway miles. The nice thing about Montana is even the highway miles are scenic. We traveled by lakes, next to streams, and through forests. As we got to within 35 miles of our target, we entered Glacier National Park for just a brief moment, then back out of the park and continued north. And then, after 24 days, 2,837 miles, we finally reached Canada. Not much to see on the Canadian border here. No walls, no fences, no guards, no drones, just one Border Patrol agent on our side, this obelisk, and a dilapidated building on the Canadian side.
Canada!
We made it to Canada. What do you think?
I'm glad we got here. The last couple days is just like, let's just get there. But 3.5 weeks. We're 3 days ahead of schedule. We made up some time. We did have some setbacks. We had quite a few routes that we had to reroute. Actually, John had to reroute because really nobody has actually ran this that we can follow. So John will have a good track for everybody who wants to do it next. But it was a great time. Couple days, I gotta admit, a couple days I was bummed. Kind of missing the family, but talked to the wife every day, and everything was good. And talked to the grandkids, so that really helped out, kept me going. And I'm glad I did it. It's once in a lifetime experience. If you have a chance to do it, you have to do it. You gotta push through to it. And after our first week or two, we all got into a rhythm, helping each other. Nobody starved, that's for damn sure. We ate like kings out here, and everybody helped each other, which really helped out the trip. So I hope you all get a chance to do it someday.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
Favorite part of the trip, to be honest with you, is waking up before everybody else, making my coffee, and sitting by the stream, relaxing, or sitting by the overlook of valley or a meadow, looking for elk or deer. Sorry, but yeah, that was kind of like the best part of it.
What was your least favorite?
Least favorite, so we were in Arizona and we were going to camp down low where it was going to be like 95 degrees at night. So John says, hey, there's a hill. We can go up this mountain here and camp up there at 6,000 feet. Great, let's go. Well, he didn't tell us that it was a pretty gnarly trail up there. And we had some breakage, but we all got up there safe. That's probably the most stressful part of it. The rest of it was just normal wheeling stuff that you go through.
Nice. Ted? You made it.
Yeah.
3.5 weeks. We're in Canada. What'd you think?
The trip was was, in a word, amazing. The trip was good. It had a lot of ups and downs, and I mean that literally up and down. Trails up and down, rough, a lot more rough trail than I ever imagined. For the most part, I had a great time. I had a great time. The scenery was fantastic. There is very few people that got to see the country from Mexico to Canada the way we did, and I thought it was just spectacular. And I'm very glad I did it. I'll be honest, I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it or not, just because of the length of time it was, and there's a few days that I was just I used everything up in my gas tank just to keep pushing through. Great trip. I didn't know what to expect, and what I expected was not the same as what we did. So, and it was a lot more positive. You know, good friends, hanging out, and just enjoying the trail.
What was your favorite part of the trail?
I had a number of favorite parts of the trail. The Grand Canyon. Being on the rim of the Grand Canyon, with driving to that, it was amazing, incredible. And then seeing it, I'd never seen the Grand Canyon before, so that was definitely a first for me. Seeing the border of Mexico, where we saw it at, and seeing it's just a little metal fence, nothing outlandish at all. There's a metal fence in the middle of a bunch of fields. The train tunnel that we went through that you kept a secret, that was incredible. I'd never been, we've been in mines and stuff, but man, that tunnel must have been over a mile long, and you couldn't even see the end of it, and it was straight. It was just a little white dot on your windshield when you're looking. It was very incredible. I'd never driven so steep in my life, up or down. Yeah, that was some other memorable things that while not difficult, were challenging a little bit for me.
I think it goes for all of us.
I mean, just seeing that kind of stuff.
What was your least favorite part of the trip?
My least favorite part of the trip was yesterday when when the tie rod ball joint snapped and didn't leave me stranded. Obviously, we got the Jeep down to a camp and got it fixed today, thanks to everybody here. But that was my least favorite part of the trip.
Emil?
Yes, sir.
Made it to Canada. What do you think?
Yes, we did. First of all, I'd like to thank you a lot for the effort you put into it. It had to be monumental, the amount of time you spent doing this. And everything was just more than you could expect. We had a lot of fun, a lot of good times, ate too much, but we made the trip.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
Southern Utah, the scenery from probably 10,000 feet. And you could see ranges of mountains, not just a range, but the mountains were just gorgeous down there. The weather was a little chilly in the night and a lot chilly in the morning. But that's all part of it. Just get out there and get among them.
What was your least favorite part of the trip?
I guess the least favorite part is the trails in Montana, to be honest with you. They're great trails. They are just different. They are just a continuous rocky road, and you bounce and you bounce and you bounce, and people don't know what switchbacks are up here. They just go straight up the side of a mountain. I know we went up one section that was probably half mile or more, and it was steep. I mean, with all of our lockers and everything in, and then you hit these little rocks and they start rolling. And if you look back in your mirror, that's a long ways to the bottom. So, but but yeah, Montana roads are. I mean, there's a lot of them, and they're difficult, and I'm okay with a lot of that. But when you're trying to make a little bit of time, you're bouncing, trailers bouncing all over. You go in the cabinet at the end of the day, and stuff you put in on one cabinet, I swear, is clear over in another cabinet. It's just like running everything in a cement mixer all day long.
Nice. Any final thoughts?
Just a fantastic trip. Anybody that gets a chance to do this, not many people will, because there's not many people will put it together and do the work that you've done. So, thank you much.
Now, it's John's turn.
Oh, wow.
Finally, you guys get to see the guy who's been doing all the damn work. John, how did you like the trip?
You know what? It was amazing. So it's been a bucket list item for me. I've been planning it for a little over a year, and just all of the stuff we saw. I think I underestimated the amount of things that scenery wise that we were going to see. It seemed like every time we crested a hill, there was just some epic view of a valley or like a canyon. The red rocks in Utah. I expected Arizona to be mostly desert, and I think we were in the 8,000 to 10,000 foot range almost entirely through Arizona. It was incredible. This is our lowest campsite at like 4,000 feet. Everything, I would say 80% of our campsites were above 8,000 feet, which made for some chilly nights. But we had a great time. I had a great group of friends that were able to come with us. We started with 8. About 2.5 weeks in, 2 weeks in, we dropped 4 off, and the final 4 are sitting right here, and we made it all the way to Canada. So I appreciate everyone chipping in, helping out, and being a part of this epic adventure.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
I think my favorite part was probably the red rocks in Utah. Just some of those bluffs, they're like two, I don't know. I don't even know how tall they were. Maybe 1,000, 2,000 feet of sheer red rock bluffs, and just coming around some of those corners was incredible.
What was your least favorite part of the trip?
Oh my gosh! So, just I
Besides the stress.
I have a pace that's a little bit faster than everybody else's pace. At the expense of my equipment, I also had the most breaks of everyone on the trip. So there's that. But just sometimes, I feel like I'm going slow, and the reality is I'm going pretty fast. So that was probably the least favorite. Honestly, very very few things in the dislike category on this. So it was just, the whole trip was great.
But when you went ahead and checked out the trail ahead of us, which really helped out to know if we can go that way or not. So you going fast wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, so in that respect, it kind of worked out nice. I would get up ahead of the group, especially towards the end of the day, and then I'd be able to kind of bomb down some of the side runs and try and find some of those epic campsites, so we didn't end up just camping something mediocre. We really lucked out when it comes to campsites. I would say, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 campsites, almost everything was epic. We had streams or scenic views, very low wind, mosquitoes. Once you hit Idaho, mosquitoes are an issue, but we were even able to minimize that to some degree. Thank you so much for following our daily updates on our epic adventure from Mexico to Canada, following the Great Western Trail. Please check back with the channel and check out our feature-length film once I get it finished. Like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment.